Hello you guys, welcome back. Today I have a special edition video DIY. I'm making the Swedish fish Oreo cookie. You guys, it's been trending everywhere because Oreo cookies released their limited edition Swedish fish flavor, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make that in a giant size. So here we are. I will leave everything you guys will need in the description of the video because it's quite a few things and I don't have enough time to go through it all without making this video a 25-minute video. But you can see here what we need. It's not too much. It's not too crazy. Alright, we're going to start off by making the cake, which is the actual cookie. I purchased a devil food cake, so it was really dark and chocolatey. It's pretty easy. 3 eggs, a little bit of oil, a cup of water, and then we're gonna blend. So you're gonna do this twice for each side of the Oreo cookie that we're gonna make. We're gonna blend. Get our handy tart pan, the same pan that I use for my giant peanut butter cup. It's come in very handy. I've used it now twice, so it was totally worth the money. Now we're going to pour in the chocolate cake and bake that for 30 minutes. And remember, we're going to do this twice. Here it is. We're going to turn it over so that it cools while the second one is cooking. So I got my little cooling rack here. I'm just going to flip it over, and this pan is a dream because you just push it through. Boom, it's out. I'm going to take the little bottom part off, and I have a little piece of parchment paper there. We're just going to peel that off and then set this one aside so that it can cool while we bake the second one. Here's our second one. It's ready to be cooled. We're going to do the same thing we did for the first one. We're going to flip it over on one of these cooling racks. Exact same way. And we're going to let both of these cakes cool completely. We want to make sure they're not warm, they're not hot, they're completely cooled. Alright, now for the frosting inside of the Oreo cookie. So it's limited edition Swedish fish, and I melted these guys in the microwave thinking it might be easier, but it still left them kind of chunky, which I thought it was okay because you can have nice chunks of the Swedish fish in the frosting, but I still needed a little bit more red. I want it to be a really intense red, so I got a little bit of food coloring and I put some of that in there. I actually used that whole bottle by the time I was done. To really get it that same color of the Swedish fish, I would have needed a gallon of that stuff. So this was good enough for me. I was happy with it. We left it there. I also went to the stove and decided to melt some Swedish fish on the stove instead of in the microwave to see if I would have better luck doing it that way. And I did. Here it is. Look at that. Not too bad, huh? I only did a small amount. I didn't do too many, but I did get it to a great consistency so that I could blend it in really nicely. So that's what I did. Now that we have it all blended, we're going to put this in the fridge for at least a couple of hours to let that cool down all the way through. Now here is our first cake. We're going to cut the top off of each of these cakes so that they're flat. So when we make our giant Oreo cookie, it sits flat on each other. So here I'm just taking the top off. Let's move that one to the side. Bringing number 2. Here we go. Same thing. We're repeating a lot of this stuff. Now that the frosting cooled off, I decided to add some powdered sugar to get it a little bit thicker. I didn't want it to be too runny. I wanted it to be a nice thick consistency. And now back to our tart pan. Look at this. This tart pan has come in so handy. Once you have all that spread out evenly in your tart pan, you're going to shake it a little bit to make it even. I even added a couple of Swedish fish in there for a little surprise. And then we're going to refrigerate this for a couple of hours once again to make sure it is almost frozen all the way through because we want it to take the shape of the tart pan. And sure enough, that is what happened. It was a little bit hard there in the beginning, but I let it kind of thaw and I decided to go ahead and just flip it over on the actual cake. That's what I did. Now the bottom part again was frozen, so I had to pull out a knife and help it a little bit. And there it is, one side of it. Now I'm going to flip over the other side of my giant Oreo cookie, and voila! This took a little longer, and it took some stove work and some oven work, but it was totally worth it. It looks so cool. Now, a lot of you guys ask me if I eat it after I make it, and it's like a trophy, you guys. I have to admire it for a couple of days before I dig into it. If you guys are enjoying these videos, don't forget, give it a thumbs up if you want to watch more. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!